Today, we're going to dive into a secret world that's happening all around us, a world filled with conversations we just can't hear. We are talking about the secret language of mice.
But let's start with a question. Have you ever really thought about what silence is? A quiet room, a still night. But what if I told you that what we call silence isn't silent at all? It's actually buzzing with conversation, a constant chatter that's just out of our reach.
Picture this, an old barn, maybe on the edge of a village. To our ears, it's the definition of quiet, right? Well, the truth is, it was never quiet, not for a second. It was filled with a secret language, a whole symphony that we humans physically couldn't hear.
So, to really understand this, let's meet our guides for this journey, Pina and Lumo. They're these two incredibly curious mice, and they live in this world of whispers and songs that we can't hear. They're going to help us unlock the whole thing. And right off the bat, Pina asks the exact question that's probably on your mind too. It's such a simple question, but it's our key to understanding the science behind their secret world. So yeah, why can't we hear them? Well, the answer isn't magic or anything like that. It all comes down to the physics of sound. Their language is like a collection of silent melodies, and the science of why they're silent to us is actually pretty fascinating.
And okay, this is where it gets kind of mind-blowing. Just look at the difference here. Our hearing at its absolute best taps out around 20,000 hertz. That's our limit. For the mice, they're just getting warmed up. Their songs start at 50,000 hertz. That's more than double our absolute peak.
Just let that number sink in for a second. 90,000 hertz. It's such a high frequency that we actually have a name for it, ultrasonic, which literally means beyond sound. There is a complete symphony happening all around us that we are just not built to hear.
And I think this is the perfect way to think about it. Lumo says it's like an invisible color. Like how ultraviolet light is real, but our eyes just can't see it. It's the same idea. It's not that their songs aren't there. It's just that our senses aren't equipped to pick them up. But here's the thing. Sound is just one piece of the puzzle. They've also got this other incredibly powerful and totally invisible way of communicating that has nothing to do with hearing at all. We're talking about the language of scent.
Now, the scientific term for this is pheromones, but really, all you need to know is that they're basically chemical messages. Think of it like leaving a post-it note for someone, but you're using a specific smell. Each scent is a different message, turning their whole world into a kind of community bulletin board.
And they use these for really important stuff. It's not random. They leave scent trails for their friends to follow, or so a mother can find her pups in the dark. They even use them to mark out their territory. It's this whole complex social system built entirely on smell.
Okay, so we've got sound and we've got scent. Now let's add a third layer. And for this, we get to meet Mistral, the wise old mouse of the barn who teaches us about something much more subtle, body language and touch.
Mistral's wisdom here is just a great reminder that communication is so much more than just words. It's not just what you say or what you smell like, it's about what you do. Every tiny movement can be a word, and every posture can be a full sentence. And here are just a few examples. A quick swish of the tail could be a warning sign. Puffed up fur might mean back off or I'm scared. A gentle touch could be comforting. And as the story shows us, just a single glance between Pina and Lumo can say more than a whole conversation ever could.
So you've got this complete hidden world of communication, sound, scent, and body language all working together. But what happens when our world, the world of human science, finally figures out how to bridge that gap and listen in? Well, this is how it all goes down. A scientist shows up with this special recording device, one that can pick up those crazy ultrasonic frequencies. She hits record in what seems to be a perfectly silent barn, and then the device does something incredible. It digitally shifts the pitch way, way down, right into the sweet spot for human hearing. And just like that, poof, the silence is broken. The barn is suddenly filled with sound, chirps, whispers, melodies. The story says it sounded like the soft chirping of birds in the morning. The secret language, hidden right in front of us the whole time, is finally heard. A whole new world of sound, just unlocked. A discovery like this is about so much more than just mice. It forces you to take a step back and think about communication itself. It makes you wonder, what other voices, what other languages are happening all around us, just waiting for us to figure out how to listen?
And that brings us to this really beautiful moment. Pina and Lumo are up on the roof just looking at the stars. And now that they know humans can hear them, Pina asks this wonderfully poetic question about how far their tiny voices can really go.
Lumo's answer just gets right to the heart of it all. It's this idea that maybe their small songs are part of something so much bigger, like a cosmic chorus. It's such a powerful thought that every voice, no matter how small or unheard, has a place in the universe.
So, what's the big takeaway here? What should we remember from all this? It's that just because we can't hear something or see it doesn't mean it isn't there. The world is absolutely buzzing with languages, the languages of insects, maybe even plants, that we are only just beginning to tune into. I think this single line just perfectly captures the whole idea. It totally reframes what silence is. It's not an absence of sound, it's the presence of a song that's just playing on a frequency our biology can't pick up.
And that leaves us with one final, fascinating thought to ponder. We uncovered the mouse's song with technology, and honestly, just plain old curiosity. So what else is out there? What other secret conversations are happening all around us, just waiting for us to find a way to listen?